Christopher West here, the Theology of the Body Guy. In this video, we're going to be asking the question, is it okay to portray the naked human body in art? And if so, what is the difference between that and pornography? Let's take a look. Hey, if you're new to this channel, we are all about exploring in these videos the deepest questions of what it means to be human. We want to illuminate how heavenly mysteries are revealed through our bodies, through our creation as male and female. If you are interested in diving deeply into these questions of our humanity, you're going to want to subscribe to this channel. And hey, help us proclaim the gospel by compelling YouTube to get these videos out there by liking, by sharing a comment, by sharing these videos. All of that forces YouTube to proclaim the gospel. We're continuing my series by doing a tour of my book, Good News About Sex and Marriage. If you want to follow along, you can check the link below for the book. We are on page 73, and we're looking at question number 15, which is about pornography. And I begin here. Let's be clear on this from the start. The problem with pornography is not the fact that it shows naked bodies. The Sistine Chapel shows naked bodies. The art all around the Vatican and in St. Peter's Basilica itself, there are more bare breasts in St. Peter's Basilica than you could ever count. Statues, of course. What did you think I meant, right? But art that portrays the human body in such a way that we come to see the true dignity of what it means that we are male and female created in the image and likeness of God. This is a service to humanity. What's the difference then between that kind of art and pornography? John Paul II, in his Theology of the Body, tells us that the difference lies in the intention of the artist. As I say here, the problem with pornography is the manner in which it shows the naked body, not that it shows the naked body, right? The naked body has an inherent goodness. But pornography shows the naked body with the explicit intention of inciting lust in the viewer. What do we mean? We mean lust as the desire to treat the other person as an object for my own selfish gratification. The person is the kind of being, the human person is the kind of being that should never be used as a means to an end. The human person has such a dignity, John Paul II tells us, that the only proper response to the person is love. And using a person is the exact opposite of loving the person, right? So if the intention of the pornographer is to incite lust, this is not the intention of, for example, Michelangelo. Such artists, I say, use their skill to portray the naked body in a way that can help us see the true beauty and dignity of the human person, of our being created male and female in the image of God. In fact, in the restoration project of the Sistine Chapel, St. John Paul II ordered the removal of many of the loincloths that previous popes had ordered to be painted over Michelangelo's original nudes. And in the homily in 1994, dedicating the restored Sistine Chapel, listen to what St. John Paul II said. It seems that Michelangelo, in his own way, allowed himself to be guided by the evocative words of the book of Genesis, which reveals that the man and his wife were both naked and felt no shame. As an aside, nakedness without shame in the beginning indicates that they experienced sexual desire, not as a desire to use the other for their own selfish pleasure. They experienced sexual desire just as God created it to be, the desire to love the other in the image and likeness of God, right? The fallen world has twisted up our sexual desires. They've become inverted, self-seeking. That's lust. If the human body is portrayed in such a way as to incite our lusts, well, we're dealing with something pornographic. But the human body can be portrayed in a beautiful, holy way to help us recognize the true dignity of the body. John Paul II in his homily goes on to say this. Check it out. The Sistine Chapel, he said, is the sanctuary of the theology of the human body. For in the context of the light that comes from God, he says, the human body also keeps its splendor and its dignity. If it's removed from this dimension, it becomes in some way an object that we use, that we seek to possess and grasp for our own selfish pleasure. And this causes the dignity of the body to depreciate very quickly. He goes on to say, since only before the eyes of God can the human body remain naked and unclothed and keep its splendor and dignity intact. So our prayer here should be, Lord, open my eyes so that I can see the human body as you see the human body. Purify my heart so that I can see your own divine mystery revealed through the human body. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Now, if someone were to walk into the Sistine Chapel, it's certainly possible, and look at those naked bodies that Michelangelo painted as objects for their own selfish pleasure, okay, we have a problem. But the problem here is not with Michelangelo. The problem is with the viewer and his own disordered vision. We must not project our own perversities onto the good intentions of someone like Michelangelo. So, is it possible to portray the naked body in art in a healthy, even holy way? The Catholic Church says, yes, it is. What's the difference between that and pornography? A good and healthy approach to portraying the human body in art has the intention of awakening in the viewer reverence for the true dignity of the human being. The intention of the pornographer is plain and simple, to incite lust in the viewer. Lord, open our eyes to who we really are. Show us what it means to be human. I have so much more to share with you about how our bodies reveal the mystery of God, and I do in the courses I teach for the Theology of the Body Institute. Check out the link below to learn about our online and in-person courses, and consider becoming a patron of this work. You'll see the link below as well. It helps us get this message out to the world. Until next time, may our eyes be opened to who we really are.